Every weekday morning at exactly 7:15, 115 pounds of solid black muscle walks a little girl to the end of her driveway. His name is Titan. He doesn't sit down until the yellow bus pulls up. He doesn't look away until the doors close behind her. And when the bus disappears around the corner, he doesn't move for another 30 seconds, just watching, making sure. Neighbors slow their cars sometimes just to look. A Cane Corso this size standing guard over a 9-year-old like she's the only thing that matters on the whole street. But almost nobody who watches this morning ritual would believe what he actually looked like the day he was born. Because Titan wasn't always the biggest dog anyone had ever seen. For the first few weeks of his life, he was the smallest thing in the room. Lily's family had been planning for a puppy for almost a year, ever since she started asking for one at every birthday and every single holiday without fail. Her father had grown up around big dogs on his uncle's farm, and he always promised that when the time was right, they would get one of their own. That spring, they finally drove out to a small breeder on the edge of Columbus, Ohio, down a gravel road lined with fences and open fields. 5 Cane Corso puppies were piled together in the grass that afternoon, all sharp little paws and half-open blue eyes, climbing over each other for warmth. 4 of them pushed forward immediately, tumbling toward the visitors, tails already going, noses working overtime. 1 stayed at the back, half hidden behind his littermates, small, quiet, watching. The breeder warned them gently. "He's the smallest of the litter," she said. "He might stay smaller than the others. He might have a harder time keeping up." Lily's parents exchanged a look. The kind usually meant reconsidering. But Lily was already crouched in the grass, her hand out, waiting. The smallest puppy lifted his head, sniffed her fingers once, and then pressed his whole body against her leg, like he'd been waiting for exactly that moment. He didn't play. He didn't wrestle with his litter mates the way the others did. He just stayed there, leaning into her, his tiny heart beating hard and fast against her leg. "That's the one," Lily said, and nobody argued. They named him Titan, half hope, half joke, because at 8 weeks old, he barely weighed 6 pounds. Nobody standing in that yard believed he would ever grow into that name. On the drive home, he slept curled in Lily's lap the entire way, one paw resting against her arm like he refused to let go even in his sleep. That first night, he cried for almost an hour in his crate before Lily quietly pulled her blanket on the floor beside him. By morning, her parents found them both asleep there together, and nobody suggested moving the crate again. What happened over the next 2 years would prove every one of them wrong. For the first few months, Titan trailed behind everyone, the smallest dog at the dog park, the one people looked past without a second glance. He grew slowly at first, then all at once, the way large breed puppies often do. At 6 months, he still tripped over his own paws climbing the porch steps. By his first birthday, he had passed 90 pounds. But size wasn't the biggest change. Lily noticed it before her parents did, the way Titan started positioning himself between her and anything unfamiliar. A stranger at the door, a loud car passing too fast, a dog off its leash at the park. He never growled, he never postured. He simply moved his body, quietly, until he was standing exactly where he needed to be. And if this story is touching your heart the way it touched ours, please take a second and subscribe. Every subscriber tells us these stories still matter. Once, when a delivery driver stepped too quickly toward the porch where Lily was playing, Titan didn't bark at all. He simply rose, unhurried, and placed his enormous frame directly in the man's path until he backed away with his hands raised, laughing nervously. By the time Titan turned 2, he had settled fully into the role nobody had assigned him. Every school morning, he waited by the front door before Lily had even finished tying her shoes. He walked exactly half a step ahead of her down the driveway, close enough that his shoulder brushed her backpack. At the curb, he sat facing the direction the bus would come from, ears up, completely still. When a new puppy joined a neighbor's family that spring, it was Titan who taught it, without a single command from anyone, how to wait its turn and how to be gentle with smaller hands. He let the puppy climb over him and nip at his ears, tumble across his paws, the same patience once shown to him back when he was the smallest one in the yard. Lily's mother started calling it karma with 4 legs. If you've ever watched a dog grow into exactly who he was meant to be, you already understand why stories like this exist. Neighbors who once crossed the street at the sight of him now waved every morning, timing their coffee runs around Titan's bus stop schedule without even realizing it. The woman next door still remembers the first time she saw him fully grown, standing at the end of the driveway like a small horse, and admits she used to walk the long way around the block just to avoid passing the house. These days, she saves him a biscuit every single morning, and Titan waits patiently by her mailbox for exactly 4 seconds before continuing down the driveway. Some stories are too good to keep to yourself, and this quiet street had slowly become the proof of it. One October morning, the kind with frost still clinging to the grass, a dog none of the neighbors recognized came around the corner of the street just as the bus doors opened. Lily's breath fogged in the cold air as she turned toward the sound of running paws on gravel. No collar, no leash, head low, moving fast, straight toward Lily. Titan didn't bark a warning. He simply stepped, in one fluid motion, directly between Lily and the approaching dog, his full 115 pounds suddenly rigid, silent, immovable. The stray dog skidded to a stop 3 feet away, looked at Titan for 1 second, and turned, disappearing back between 2 houses as fast as it had come. The whole thing lasted maybe 4 seconds. Lily didn't even have time to be scared. The bus driver, who had watched the entire thing through her mirror, told Lily's mother about it that same afternoon. "That dog of yours," she said, "didn't make a sound. He just became a wall." She added that in 11 years of driving that route, she had never seen anything quite like it. What Lily's mother realized standing in her driveway that afternoon would change the way she saw him forever. She thought about the breeder's warning all those years ago, the smallest of the litter, the one who might struggle just to keep up. She thought about how wrong that warning turned out to be. Her mother still keeps the photo from that first day taped inside the kitchen cabinet, a 6-pound puppy asleep in a little girl's lap, and sees it every single morning while making coffee. Today, Titan still walks Lily to the same spot on the driveway every single school morning. He still doesn't sit down until the bus arrives. He still doesn't move until it disappears around the corner. Lily is 11 now, and some mornings she jokes that Titan seems more nervous about the bus than she is. But she also says she has never once felt unsafe standing at that curb, not with 115 pounds of quiet loyalty beside her, the same dog who once fit entirely in the palm of her hand. Titan isn't the only dog who turned out to be exactly what his family needed. Not far away, a bull mastiff named Moose did something just as incredible, waking his owner moments before her kitchen caught fire. That story is playing right now.